What's up, y'all, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm needing to sit down and organize the exact amount that I'm needing to put back into my savings account after some additional unexpected repairs. So I am actually going to, on camera, make an additional tab and just show you guys how you can make your own savings tracker spreadsheet. That way you can set it up and help to keep yourself motivated, and also determine a target date for you so you can play around with your numbers and see what is realistic for you and when you will actually be able to hit this amount. So if you need a little extra help and want to learn how to create a spreadsheet that's going to keep track of how much you have left remaining on your goal, then keep watching. So we are in my financial dashboard, and what I'm going to do, I am going to actually just create this from scratch since some of you guys do not have the dashboard. So I am going to move this bad boy down here, and we are going to name this just savings tracker. Okay. I am going to steal the format from one of my tabs, but when you are actually in the spreadsheet, this is Google Docs. If you have a Gmail account, you will access this through your Google Drive, and this is completely free to use. And to me, it's just the face of it is just easier to use than Excel. It just looks more user friendly to me. So I always recommend that. Okay, so out here on the side, we're going to do, I would say, amount saved, but yeah, amount saved. So we'll have amount saved. We will have the date out to the side, any comments, and I'm also going to add a checkbox here just so I can check off when I've actually made that contribution. And I also want here off on the side just a little box that's going to show me my totals. So I'm going to make a box for my totals. I'm going to see how I did that. So I'm going to copy over my format from one of my tabs. And of course, you can choose the format that you like with the colors and font that you like. But just the most important part is just actually getting the information that you want in there. So I'm going to do a totals box, and I want to keep track of the total contribution. Actually, I need to keep track of target amount and the amount saved and the amount remaining. And let me copy this format just because I want to see how it's all gonna fit together. Okay, so in here, I'm just going to go to 50 because I don't think it's going to take 50 contributions for me to get to my amount. The date, I'm just going to have that the same. That's not the same font. I think the most tedious part about this is just going to be making it look the way you want it to look. Comment. I want to separate this out. Okay, so obviously I just went in and did a lot of pasting the format from another tab instead of just trying to create new colors. So for the checklist, what I'm going to do is select checkbox. And that way, anytime I actually make the contribution, I can just go in and check it off. That way I know that that has been made. So we will pretty this up here in just a minute, but I'm going to go through and show you how this is going to work. So let me merge these cells and I will pretty this up later on. And then you guys that have the financial dashboard, you can just go back once this video has been posted. It should be made. Go back to your original link, download it, and do that periodically to see if any new tabs have been made. So let me go and see how much that I actually owe after home warranty for my repairs. Okay, so for my new indoor AC unit, or indoor and outdoor, I had a total of $9,570.60, and home warranty did help me out and pay $7,430. The other remaining parts of that was not covered, like modifications and things like that. So I owe a total of, so far, $2,140.60 that I need to put back into my savings account. And then I also had a hot water heater explode in the attic and cause, you know, some damage. I'm not quite sure how much I will be out when it comes to the damage. That's going to be something I have to rework back in here after I get someone to come look at it. But I do know for the water heater, let me see, that cost me $1,574.95, and $200 of this, the attic access that they had on the invoice, they did not cover, so I was out of pocket for that. So what is that? $1,374.95. $1,374.95. So I owe a total of $3,515.55 that has to go back into my savings account, my emergency fund. Otherwise, I am in big doo-doo. I do not, the font is throwing me off. I'm such a visual person. I need this to look the way that I need it to look. Okay, so this is my target amount that I have to put back into savings. I obviously have not saved anything just yet, and this will be the remaining amount. So this is all you have to do when it comes to the actual functions. It is very, very easy. We're not going to do anything with the target amount, so this one does not need any type of formula because we don't need that to be adjusted. So when it comes to the amount saved, we wanted to add every single contribution or anticipated contribution that we will make. So I'm going to go out here in the formula field, put equal sum, and we're going to go down and add or select all of the contribution fields that we're going to be filling in. Press enter, and you see right now it has $0. And also when it comes to these fields, these are also going to be the amount of currency. So we don't want it to be like a date or percentage. So you're going to come out to format and make sure that we are selecting currency, which it is already. So that is why it's showing that $sign. So now anytime we are adding in an amount, it is going to add it together for us, as you can see here. When it comes to date, this is going to be the dates that we made the contribution. So we want this to say date, so that whenever we enter in a date, it's going to put it in the correct format. Comments can just honestly be plain text. And then obviously we have our checklist. So now that I have the target amount, the amount saved, that formula, we obviously want to keep track of how much we have remaining. And so you have your two amounts here. All you're going to need to do is just subtract them. And the way that we subtract, you're going to have equal sign, your $35.15 or your target amount, minus how much that you've actually saved. You'll press each field, press enter, and you'll see here we are at the starting line because nothing has been saved just yet. So it's really simple, really easy. And if you are someone that's not a pen and paper type of person, this would probably be a lot better for you to keep track, and it helps you create your target goal. So this is the way I would do it when I was in debt. I was on my savings journey, whatever. I wanted to peek in and be proactive and see if I make these amounts every single time, how long would it take me? So we know that I need $35.15. So I'm going to plug in some amount. So my next payday is September 8th. And obviously that's September 8th of 2023. So if by September 8th of 2023, and I have my my little calendar up, I will say, let's say that I put in a total amount of $150 because that's typically what I send to savings per paycheck, the emergency fund. So $150 to my emergency fund. Obviously that's going to take me a little while if I just do that every single paycheck. So I will probably have to go in and adjust when I actually see how long it's going to take me. But let's just keep it the same for right now. So then next paycheck would be the 22nd. And let's say I am going to put in $150 on the 22nd. Now I do, by this time, I know that I'm, what is that? Let's say the 23rd. Going to get the additional income that's towards the end of the month. And so with that, I will probably be able to put in, let's say, $800. So we're getting somewhere. That would mean by the end of September, I know that I could have at least a little bit over $1,000 saved and put back into the emergency fund. So let's keep going because slow and steady, it sucks, but we're gonna win the race. So last payday was the 22nd, so that means on the 6th I have another paycheck coming in. Let's say that we decide to up it a little bit. We are going to aim for $175, and then another paycheck comes in on the 20th, and we are going to up that to $175 as well. So still we're at $2,065. We've got a little ways to go. And then by the 22nd, or the 23rd actually, because the 22nd is a Sunday, I know that I will probably be able to put in at least $800 again. So now we're looking at $1,265.55 by the end of October. Hopefully it doesn't take me that long. Hopefully, you know, extra income comes in clutch. But once again, I want to be realistic with these amounts just to see where I could be. So 1023 is where we left off. We are done with October. We're going to go to November. So November 3rd. Oh, what am I doing? Let's say we're going to up it to 185. November 3rd. So November 3rd, we are at 185. We're going to go in and do 185 again on the 17th. Next payday. And let's say we're just going to keep it, let's keep it at 800 for the 23rd. That's typically when that check comes in. And so by that time, we got paid on the 17th. We're in December. So December 1st of 2023, all I would have left to get to that goal is $95.55. So Here you have at least a target end date. You know, based on your realistic contributions, be realistic whenever you are playing around with your numbers. By December 1st of 2023, I would be able to hit this target amount so long as nothing else pops up. Now, if you are not satisfied with how long it is going to take you to reach your target amount, you can always go in and adjust these amounts. And obviously, whenever these dates come up, if you were able to pay more or pay less, you are actually going to have to go in and adjust that amount. And that is going to have you adjust the dates as well, because you may need to add an extra payment, or you could probably take off a row. So let's say here I am not satisfied with how long it is going to take me to get to this 3,500, and I'm going to be honest, realistically I am not satisfied. So I would want to go in and kind of push myself when it comes to my additional income. So let's say around September 23rd, I want to add in an extra $50. Now knowing how much I get in extra income, I probably would be able to do that and not need that $50. So let's say that maybe I want to push myself and challenge myself and up it by $50. So $850 for September 23rd. I want to push myself on my paychecks as well in October. So let's see, I want to up it by $10. In October, let's push ourselves and go to $185. So now that just shaved off $70. And then in November, let's say I know that I get a bonus in November and I want to add some of that incentive to my contributions. So let's say we do $250 for the month of November for our paychecks. So now we have $200 shaved off of our time. What we could do is go in here. We know we don't need this contribution anymore. That takes that off. We have $104 that we're still, we shaved off. So what is that? I have no idea. Let's play around. So $6.96, and we'll take off 45 cents. All right, $6.95.55 is all I would need from extra income. So instead of December 1st, I could be done November 23rd. Of course, if something happens, I'm not able to make $150. Now I am only able to make $100 contributions. That's going to add to the amount that I would need. And so I am going to add an additional row here. Let's say $100. We're back to December 1st. And I need to add that back in there. So you'll just go with the flow. You have just a good foundation to start with. At least you know how much you need to save and by what time to get to this certain target date. And then as you go in and you start working out of that, you can make your adjustments as needed. But this is a really good way to get you excited for a target date, to allow you to be on like a, a savings contribution schedule. That way you feel more organized and you actually have a date and an amount in mind. And so it doesn't seem like it's just something that you're out of the loop on, because that's the worst place to be in when it comes to your finances, because you feel a lot less out of control. And then of course, when we go in and we actually make these contributions, just to make sure that we're keeping up with how much that we've actually placed in the savings. Obviously you can log into your account, but just for organization purposes, you'll go in and you'll make your check marks every single time you add in a contribution. And now I do know that some of you may be thinking, okay, well, what if I get extra money? Maybe a check came in the mail that was unexpected and you want to throw that to it. I'm going to be honest, y'all, instead of going in and readjusting, I will just go in and place the amount at the end, and then you make your date. And to be honest, y'all, I would just go in, throw that bad boy at the end of all the contributions that I've accounted for. and then you can just make your adjustments as needed. It doesn't have to be perfectly in line unless that's just how you mentally are, but that's just the way that I would do it. And then obviously I've shaved off $200 worth of time, so I would go in and make those adjustments. All right guys, but that wraps up this quick video on how you can set up a savings spreadsheet to help you keep track of your contributions and help you see, you know, if you made a specific contribution by a specific date, where that would put you when it comes to when you will actually be done with the goal. Hopefully this was super helpful. If you are working on a goal, let me know down below how you keep track of it, because I know, you know, people like doing different things, and a lot of people like using the color charts that you go in and fill in. I like using those as well. But once again, I will copy this over to the financial dashboard. If you have any questions, leave them down below, and I will catch you guys in the next video.